So, heavy metal. I mentioned this in passing when it was happening last week. I didn't want to cover this because from what I've seen, it was just the typical corporate bullshit. But then I was sent this article, and it's worse than I thought. Heavy Metal Magazine decided to mock fans who expressed their distaste for a recently revealed cover for the publisher's 6-issue Taarna miniseries from writer Stephanie Phillips. The Heavy Metal Magazine first shared the cover to Instagram to promote an interview with Stephanie Phillips of the CBR about the finale and her plans for Taarna and the new armor. So if you're unfamiliar with Taarna, Heavy Metal Magazine's official description reads, Taarna is the last living Tarakian and the guardian of our universe. A hybrid being born of the great warrior Tarnak and a dying universe, Taarna is the personified form of one of the youngest universes in the multiverse. So doing the whole anthropomorphization before anime started doing it to everything. So they add with her flying steed Avis and armed with her sword Novera, Taarna travels from world to world, protecting the universe from the threat of Kako, the embodiment of evil. Taarna removes all the weeds that threaten the health of her universe, which is a cosmic garden from her point of view, it concludes. As you can see, Taarna is typically depicted in a bikini outfit with a pauldron and a gauntlet on her right arm. However, that changed in Taarna number 5, when she put on a full suit of armor. Speaking with CBR, Phillips discussed the design for the new battle armor for issues 5 and 6. Phillips explained one really cool element of the finale was getting to design a new battle armor for Taarna. So Al and Brian created some of the coolest armor for Taarna, and that I hope we get to see beyond the issues we worked on together. It's such a cool look. Both Al and Brian are incredibly talented and a great team to close out the story with. I've played enough MMOs in my life. This just, it looks pretty generic. As noted by Phillips, Taarna does don the armor in the interiors of 5. She also she does so after she was severely injured in Taarna number 4 following a fight with a giant serpent. In that issue, while fighting the serpent, she was still wearing her iconic look, as you can see below. Now it's gone. After recovering from her injury at a temple at the edge of the universe, Taarna puts on her new armor as she prepares to hunt down Urkus, who leads an army in service to Kako, the embodiment of evil. Aside from being injured against the serpent, the only explanation for the armor is that she needs to be prepared as she hunts down Urkus. But she still gets her ass whooped. In fact, even with the armor, she is shown beaten down, so it didn't really do much for her in the 5th issue. That's right. It's not a story reason, it's entirely an ideology reason. Yeah, in response to a number of fans on their initial Instagram post, now we're getting to the good stuff. Now we see how they've been responding. And this is what made me actually want to talk about this, because I was only aware of a few of these responses. And then I saw like the extent of how bad they screwed themselves. Now, Heavy Metal clearly mocked them. One user wrote, they finally cover she up. Heavy Metal responded, most people have more than one outfit, it turns out. That's fine. I mean, I said that before too, like it would be, if there's probably going to be times even in Blade Devil where like Ashiara gets more covered up. But if anyone is worried, I'll just tell them, it's like, no, it's temporary. It's only for like this, like, oh, she has to blend in with this group of people or whatever. And yes, outfits do change. They also sell action figures. If you're going to give characters different looks for the purpose of selling different action figures, they still have to look good. So another wrote, rip Taarna, and Heavy Metal responded, does changing clothes kill people? We had no idea. Do you not change your underwear? This explains so much. Man, whoever is in charge of Heavy Metal's social media is actually sabotaging the company beyond repair at this point. Yeah, and I know what's going to happen too. This person may actually end up getting fired after enough backlash. And they're going to pretend, they're going to play the victim. Like, oh, I was fired just for sticking up to the man babies. No, you don't get it. You destroyed your employer's reputation. You You caused permanent damage to their brand and their sales. Let's be honest. If that is not a fireable offense, what is? If you can't fire someone for destroying your entire brand, what the fuck can you fire them for, huh? One wrote, I'm torn. While I generally despise bikini armor as a whole, I have a pretty severe disdain for the complete changing of iconic characters and looks. At what point does it become an entirely different character, and where exactly is the ridiculous line for scantily clad heroines? Yeah, I don't know about this guy. I mean, I guess we're kind of sort of on the same side here, but a line for scantily clad hair, there is none. You create what you want. This is why manga is whooping your fucking asses. Because manga understands there is no lines in fiction, and they make everything, and they get all the money. And then Heavy Metal answered, have you read the book to understand the context for the outfit, or are you just making assumptions? Trust us, read it and you will understand. Also, people should change clothes and look, that's natural. So this was actually probably their best response. Yeah, out of all the ones we're going to go through, this is probably, this one is okay. Read the book and find out, which actually the article went over some of the reasoning. It's still bullshit, but I mean, this I think is as far as all their other responses go, it's okay. Like, read the book and understand. Don't make assumptions. Trust us. And yeah, people change clothes and looks all the time. Okay, that's fine. If this was the worst they said, this wouldn't be a problem. So as noted above, the change of the outfit doesn't really make sense from a story point, as she goes from getting injured by a giant serpent to fighting a completely different enemy. Nevertheless, Heavy Metal would use this line in multiple responses. Yeah, I mean, the line itself is the best one, but it was still all lies. It was still bullshit. They would take things to another level in a follow-up post. As you can see below, it reads, it has come to our attention that some of you are confused that Taarna has the ability to change clothes. So to address this, we would like to remind you that you too can change clothes and to please do so, especially your underwear. We've gotten complaints from the neighbors. That's gonna get people to buy your shit again. It's the same stuff like when these Western comic pros call people who like manga pedophiles. Oh, that's going to get us to buy your stuff. Yeah, just call us pedophiles. Go ahead. That's totally going to bring us back to buying your shit. Spoiler alert, not going to happen. Along with this message, they also added an official statement. Relax, guys. It's just armor. We know change is scary, but you got this. This is Heavy Metal. We have always experimented and pushed the envelope because it's art. It changes, grows, and evolves. We have and always will push the boundaries of art, storytelling, and culture. So answer me this then. What boundaries and envelopes are you pushing by completely covering the character up like every other single Western female character these days, huh? What boundaries are you pushing doing exactly the same thing everyone else is doing? I'm waiting. So they added, if you are uncomfortable with the change and growth, then you will go the way of the dinosaur. Instead, we encourage you to open your mind and take that ride on Heavy Metal. So the fans will go the way of the dinosaur, not the Western comic industry that's being replaced by manga. It's the fan. No. Us, the fans, we're just going to buy more manga. I knew some people that still were holding out hope for Heavy Metal. Not anymore. They're going 100% manga as well. The only one that's going to go the way of the dinosaur here is you. As bad as the Western comic industry is right now, they can't afford any more of these fuck-ups. Each and every one of them could be the final nail in the coffin. So needless to say, the fans weren't happy about this response either. One person wrote, the changes suck, respect your fans, and here we get to the real good stuff. Heavy Metal responded, no, We don't want fans like that. We are good. Thank you. So, anyone up to take bets on when they're going to try to walk this back and beg the fans that they said they don't want to come back? Any takers? Because you know it's inevitable. They're literally telling their fans, no, we don't want you. And I can guarantee you within a few months, they're going to be begging their fans to come back after telling them to get lost. This is one of those things you can't walk back either. Like, there's a mistake, and then there's this. This is not a mistake. You don't just accidentally tell your fans, oh, we don't want you. You should get lost. If anything, this is a Freudian slip. This is what they've always thought of you from the very beginning. Once this is out there, there is no going back. There are no second chances. It's like when the Western industry loves to throw the pedophile accusation around. That is a surefire way to burn the bridge forever. If someone calls me a pedophile, that bridge is forever gone. I never have any interest in working with that person in any capacity ever again. There's no way you can walk that back. Yeah, that's not a mistake. That's intentional. In response to another fan, Heavy Metal wrote, I'll read what the fan actually said first. So here's what the other person said. Characters can change costumes. It happens all the time. I just wish this didn't have to be something political. Want to change costumes? Then change it. No need to bash revealing art or old, outdated values. Yeah, that proves that this was entirely political. Because that's a bullshit reason. Want to do it? Then do it for artistic reasons and leave it at that. Plus, making fun of fans that give you money gives a very immature look to the company. Please learn from the namesakes of North American comics idiots making fun of fans to the point that a single Japanese comic outsells the whole of Marvel and DC. So, didn't Heavy Metal change hands recently? Aren't they basically owned by a bunch of ex-DC people now? Is it starting to make sense why they're making these stupid decisions? And here's their response. We did not change it for any political reasons. Your other responses prove otherwise. We did it because it made sense in the story and gave the character a chance to grow. This is all pretty clear if you read the theories. We did go over it in the article, so again, as noted above, the argument doesn't really make sense. Another fan wrote, the new people running Heavy Metal must really hate their fans. Why do you hate us? And Heavy Metal responded, think about your question realistically. You are an adult, we assume. Would it make sense for a company that works so hard to create and bring new art to hate its fans? Or are you just uncomfortable with change and growth? Do you hate us because we've grown out of the box and your comfort level? Sit with that. We love our fans, but they can either grow up or stay behind clinging to an idealized past. God, like the fucking entitlement in this reply. It's as if they don't realize they need the people that they're insulting. It was actually this one response in particular that made me decide, I need to make this video, because I wasn't aware of this one last week when the story first broke. And when I saw this, like, they're done. Like, you cannot walk this back. Or actually, there's one chance. Heavy Metal is a company. It's not an individual. If the person responsible for this was publicly fired on the spot and the fans were profusely apologized to, they might be able to walk this back. But as long as the person that did this is still employed there is zero chance of reconciliation. None. So remember in a previous response, they made it clear they don't want fans who don't like the new design. So they might not be hating them, but they certainly don't want them actually being fans, which this response doubles down on. That's right. That is right. It's like they're making it very clear. They don't want you. So what's going to happen is people are going to stop buying it. And then they're going to be crying like, oh, come back. Look, we're going to give you boobies again. No, we already know what you think of us. It's not going to happen. You have to very publicly purge all the wokies from your company. Every single one of them. Every single person working there that has ever said something even remotely woke on social media needs to go. If a single bit of this cancer is left behind, these guys are done. Like they're not going to get another chance. You cannot walk this back. So in this next response, they made it very clear they do not respect the fans who do not like the new armor design of Taarna. A commenter wrote, oh, cartoon lady wear more cloth now. How pee-pee become big pee-pee if can't see lady skin? Outrage. Basically Pearl Harbor, change lady back. Me only achieve orgasm if cartoon lady not wear many cloth. Not see real lady since kicked out of comic store in 97 for harassment. Stupid Stacy. She just made because she mad because she lesbian. Me have big pee-pee and drive cool truck. How much you want to bet that this person does not buy any comics, but this is who they're... So this commenter is who they are appealing to. This is the type of person that they are sacrificing their actual loyal paying customers for. This is the kind of person who's not going to buy their shit anyway and is going to result to them trying to grovel back to their old fans. So Heavy Metal responded, this is sadly close to some of the responses. Yeah, my response is, nah, I'm done. Now, you guys can make whatever you want. You've made it clear that you don't make shit for me. Then I'm out. And I don't want to see you trying to get me back either, because you cannot walk this back. This bridge is burned forever. You guys aren't the only game in town. We got manga. We don't need any of you. The entire Western comic industry could vanish tonight, and I would not give a fuck, because they don't produce anything worth a shit anymore anyway. I mean, not counting the indies, of course. Yeah, when I say the whole industry, I mean just the major corpos, just the big publishers. There is nothing at Marvel, DC, there's Heavy Metal, nothing I care about, nothing I'd miss. The last time they made good content, we were in the previous millennia. I'm fine with just the good memories. In this last example, one person wrote, no, you relax. Being afraid of a mob of sociopaths who try to cancel every drop of sexualization is concerning. Your so-called going forward is nothing but a cheap excuse since the new armor style is so old-fashioned. Moving forward, my balls. Yeah, getting called out because this is 100% true. Oh, we're moving forward. We're pushing the envelope. How are you moving forward? How are you pushing the envelope when you're regressing back to the Comics Code Authority days? You guys remember back in the day when most American comics were pretty much dead under the weight of the Comics Code Authority? Heavy Metal was a breath of fresh air. Now, it's the same bullshit. Why would anybody read this garbage when you have manga? Manga has every single genre covered. Even if you hate good-looking female characters, even if you hate fan service, there is plenty of manga that has no fan service whatsoever, no sexualization whatsoever. Whatever it is you're into, there's a manga for you. There is no place for dinosaurs like Heavy Metal in the new industry. If they went bankrupt tomorrow, I wouldn't even notice. So they responded, no one is afraid here. Oh, you should be because you're all going to be unemployed soon. The change in outfit is part of the storyline, and as an author, I'm sure you understand that. If you read the series, you know how silly your comment is. Well, we did. Like there was no point for the armor. As noted above, heavy metal continues to try and defend the change as a story change, but if you actually read the story, it doesn't hold up. They're done. Yeah, it's over, man. They burned every single bridge, and they not only that, they made sure there was absolutely no chance of reconciliation. Like you cannot walk this back. Like this is at the same level as calling your audience pedophiles. Oh yeah, that's totally gonna make them ever come back to you again. Like no, that's it, man. It's over. They're done. They will never recover from this. And no one's going to miss them, to be honest. Their glory days are long behind them. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.